Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I myself will give a brief introduction about our group assignment. This assignment is about our research that we conduct in from three group, which is street hawker, entrepreneur, and individual with specific. We interview every each person in order to know more details about their financial management. This will give us an idea about any problem related to their financial management, and give any suggestion to overcome any of their problem in terms of financial management from our own perspective, from our own research. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Apivanan and my metric number is 289535. I will explain about our findings regarding our target groups. The first one is individual with payslip. We managed to convince Mr. Arifin bin Jolis for an interview session with us that was held online. Mr. Arifin, who is now 38 years old, is already married and was blessed with two children. He started his career as a teacher back in 2012 and now he was stationed at SMK Selayang Baru, where he worked as a special education teacher there. His monthly income is 5,300. Next is the street hawker. Our very friendly street hawker, Mr. Hafiz, is a 33 years old man, married and blessed with two children. He was a factory worker before he decided to try something new and challenge himself and start a business selling Vietnamese coffee at Dataran Penjanja Changlun. He lives in Kot Liang, Kedah, and he drives every day to Changlun to run his business. His monthly income from the business is roughly at RM 4,500. And the last one is our entrepreneur. Mrs. Ismiza Abdul Samad is a 43 years old female who was married and blessed with three children. She ran a business selling tomato rice at Kachi Mall. She started a business back in 2017 and her husband always had her back by helping operating the business. Her husband, Mr. Fikri, worked as an assistant engineer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alif Fakir binti Ibrahim. I'm in number 28525. I will continue the presentation by explaining about current situation of their account standing by looking at their balance sheet and income statement that we do after collect their financial data during the interview session. Firstly, for the entrepreneur, which is the Nuriski Nasi Tomato, when we look at their income statement, I realized that Nuriski Nasi Tomato that has a no surplus and have deficit, which is net income RM 28270. Then, for the balance sheet, also the non-current asset is more higher rather than current asset, which is RM 50000 because of this business need more property, equipment for cook, vehicle to bring all the raw material and others. But in terms of their total current asset, equity and liability, Rizky Nasi Tomato had same amount after owner equity plus with non-current liability. So next is street hawker, which is the name of the business is Kopi Vietnam. Based on their income segment, Kopi Vietnam has a surplus, or we call it as a saving, which is RM 37140 in his net income and had no deficit. This is because the total operating expenses that they do not to hide rather than the business the entrepreneur do. Not only that, if you look at their balance sheet, also show that the amount of current asset more higher because of they don't too much equipment or any property like entrepreneur. In terms of current asset also, Coffee Vietnam prefer to hold a cash because it's become easy to they do the business. Last but not least from me is individual with the payslip, which is Mr. Arifin. Since he working as a teacher and had a wife that work as a nurse, he done suffering a lot in terms of yearly expenses because of he can back up and cashier their monthly income to pay all the bill in year. Based on their personal income statement, it showed that Mr. Arifin had a total saving RM 14612 after all the total income minus with total expenses. In addition, Mr. Arifin had a big amount in terms of non-current liabilities, which is RM 48388 that he need to settle, such as student loan PTPTN, house financing, car financing and others. But after we count all the total asset, liabilities and equity, Mr. Arifin had the same amount as you can see in the slide. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
The problem is Mr. Arifin Chile is only dependent on the salary, even though the salary is high, but the commitment from Mr. Arifin is very much in terms of increase in the price of the good, daily expenses, utility payment, school expenses for children, especially fee and pocket money and so on. it is not easy to manage the finance by Mr. Arifin. The most significant business problem faced by street hawker is the competition from other trade who have the same type of business with Mr. Hafiz. From here, Mr. Hafiz's business is very difficult to stand out to attract customers to come his shop. The problem by Nuriski Nasi Tomato is that even though they make a lot of profit, many have to go out of the capital in terms of the buying raw material, paying workers, salary, utility, and so on. Business operator also face the same thing as a competition with the other food store and not too many customers resulting in lose.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will explain about solution of three group, which is payslip, street hawker, and entrepreneur. First, payslip. To help Mr. Arifin overcome his financial difficulty, budgeting. Creating a budget is crucial for managing finances effectively. Mr. Arifin should track his income and expenses, categorizing them to identify areas where he can cut back or reduce spending. This can help him prioritize his expenses and allocate funds accordingly. By implementing the strategy consistently, he can gradually improve his financial situation and achieve a more stable and manageable financial life. Okay, second, for street hawker. To help Mr. Hafiz overcome the competition and attract more customers to his street hawker, he can use unique selling proposition. Mr. Hafiz should identify and highlight a unique aspect of his business that set him apart from competitor. It could be a special dish, a personalized service, or a distinctive ambience. By promoting this USP, he can differentiate his business and attract customers who are seeking something unique. Okay, for lastly, for entrepreneur. To address the financial challenge faced by No Rizki Nasi Tomato, financial management and budgeting, implementing effectively financial management practice is crucial. No Rizki Nasi Tomato should create a detailed budget that include all expenses and revenue projection. This will help identify areas where costs can be reduced and ensure that funds are allocated appropriately. Thank you.
Even though it was difficult, I often ask my friend to give me understanding about this assignment. When choosing who to interview for the entrepreneur section, we also choose the one near only because there is no transport to get to a certain place. To some extent, the interview experience gave me the opportunity to interact with the people and try to be brave enough to get out of my comfort zone. This can sharpen my communication skill. Next interview, the owner is a bit difficult from us because the owner is always busy and we need to find another way, which is to use the WhatsApp to make it easier for the owner to answer our question. So finally, we got the information we want, what we want. So most owner do not want to share business profit because they're privacy for them. So when I see the beginning of the business and how this owner is able to control his business, I realized that it is not easy to enter the world of the entrepreneur because we need to be aware of the risk, is especially and so on. That's all. Thank you.
What I learned was after an interview session with the street hawker, where he told how he traveled every day from his house to Changnoi just to run his business, I realized that with this assignment, we could help them even a little bit by helping them with managing their financial situation. This assignment taught me that even with a little help, it might be a big one for the other people.
What I learned from this project is that the interview section has also brought my experience, especially on how we interact with the community, because it has improved my soft skill. Not only that, I also learned how the real financial that happen in tree group, especially for entrepreneurs, because they need to settle many assets to growing their business. Not only that, I found that the salary slip is not only used as a reference to the employee about the amount of the salary and allowance received, but also has an important role such as being used as evidence if there are any misconduct committed by the company and as a valid experience to do tax deduction and income tax information. Lastly, this is very important for a person to make an income statement to identify all the income obtained after calculate all the expenses that need to be incurred every month so that their financial performance is not affected and they can live their daily life more smoothly and good.
From this assignment, what I learned from this assignment actually is I do not have extensively knowledge about accounting. So I improve myself to calculate the income statement and balance sheet, and my team members always support me to do this assignment with successfully. That's all from me. Thank you.
What I learned from this assignment, I learned that everyone, either it is entrepreneur, worker, or individual with payslip, had their own responsibility. Therefore, from my experience that I interview worker, I know that life can come very hard to us, so we have to overcome it and always work hard to find an halal income for our family, and therefore we need to always strive and put our trust, all of our trust, in the hand of Allah. Thank you. As the conclusion that we can make is that this project or this assignment shown us that the good financial management improve control and also increase profitability of any business, and it is very crucial for any individuals or business to achieve the good financial stability. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good night to the ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the night forum of today. So before we start, I would like to remind all of panels to follow. Please mute your microphone to avoid any interruptions during the webinar. Thank you very much for attending the forum for today. Before the presentation begins, let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Hasif, and I will be your moderator for today. Our panel will be Mr. Afif, Mr. Aiman, Mrs. Alia, and Mrs. Yuna. So we focus on three target group, which is street hawker, entrepreneur, and individual with payslip. So without further ado, we will start our program with our first panel, which is Mr. Afif. Mr. Afif, what do you found about street hawker? Can you please tell us about it?
Thank you, Hasif. Okay, from what I found, our street hawker, Mr. Hafiz, recently started his business less than 2 years ago in December 2021 to be exact. He said he wanted to challenge himself and try new things, so he decided to run a business selling Vietnamese coffee. After conducting an interview session with him and gaining data needed to complete his income statement and balance sheet, we managed to assess his business financial situation, and it is safe to say that his business is doing very well, but he's not planning to expand his business yet.
Thank you, Mr. Afif, for the explanation for the street hawker. Now I want to ask our next panel, which is Miss Yuna. Can you tell more detail what do you found about entrepreneur?
Okay, I thought that financial management like entrepreneur no risky nasi tomato is very smooth in the term of the money flow out and in. Ismiza is also with the make a preparation in the term of taking the business takaful and emergency saving if anything happened in his historic in her restaurant. Next, her also does not use the profit money from the business for her needs and wants for herself. Instead, he separate his salary and the profit of her business.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Miss Yumna. That was an excellent explanation. I had like to ask our next panel, which is Miss Alia, what she discovered about the individual with specific.
Okay, thank you to our panel, Hasif, for the question. In my opinion, the individual with payslip, which is Mr. Arifin, has a good managed income financially because he has a financial plan every month for her expenses because he receives a fixed monthly salary. Then, Mr. Arifin also has a good attitude because he has their own various assets, such as money in hand, a car, house, saving in bank at the end, which is it can help him face any financial problems that may occur in the future. I think that's all that I found. Thank you.
Uh, do they plan their financially or individually for business, Mr. Aiman?
Thank you to our moderator, Hasif, for the question. As far as I know, entrepreneurs have systematic financial planning to support their business. Usually, entrepreneurs are always ready and aware and understand their business that requires income statement and balance sheet. They have also planned their financial planning because they have a big and risky business. This can help them to know the advantages and disadvantages of their business, for example, in terms of profit and loss.
How about street hawker and individual with payslip, Aiman?
For budgeting, for street hawker needs to make a budget to track their income and expenses. This helps them understand their cash
As the
flow and
only
make
quiz here,
informed
so I
decisions
will
about their
volunteer
business,
myself to
cost
answer the
management,
question
saving,
first.
and investment.
Personally, I would say that
For
there isn't
individual
much
with
problem
salary slip,
in terms of
individuals
finding
who
who
receive
that our
regular
group going to
payslip
interview
from their
for payslip
employer
category.
also need
As I know
financial
someone,
planning
or
to
to be exact,
effectively
the
manage their
respondent is
personal
my team that
finances.
fall under the payslip category,
Budgeting and
and
expenses
she is totally okay
management
with the
is
interview.
really
And of
important for
course, before
individuals
conducting the interview,
to
me
budget
myself
and
will
track
explain
their
to the
expenses to
respondent
ensure
how
they
the
are
interview
living
is going to be
within
conducted.
their
And
means
Alhamdulillah,
and saving
if you ask me,
accordingly.
either
They can
it is hard
also
or not
settle
to find someone
existing
who is
debt
willing to
easily
do the
when
interview,
budgeting
my
well.
answer would be simply
That's all for
everything
me.
is going well.
Thank you, Mr. Aiman, for the good and very detailed explanation. I want to ask Miss Alia, are there any challenges that this study group has to face? Please.
Okay, thank you, Asif. Actually, there has many challenges that they face, which is Mr. Arifin. Challenges in terms of high price increase because Mr. Arifin have a family, which is a wife and two sons, that need more money for their growth, especially for school fee and pocket money. Then the business that they run by entrepreneur and street worker also have a high competitor because their business that they do become popular now in this country. So they need to improve the quality from time to time to ensure that their product does not lag behind the others. Not only that, the price increase in this era also affect the financials in terms of business. So this state group need to be smart in managing their finance when they need to buy personal expenses of company items. Thank you.
There are a lot of challenges that they have to face to be closed. Mr. Asif, is there any solution or suggestion you can give to ease any of their burden?
I got a couple of solutions for the street hawker. First one, our street hawker, Mr. Hafiz, should maintain his quality and consistency. He must maintain consistent quality in his offerings or products to build trust and retain customers. And ensuring that his products are always fresh, tasty, and meet customer expectations. Consistency in taste, portion size, and presentation can help him to build a loyal customer base. Second suggestion is by increasing his operational efficiency. Mr. Hafiz could streamline his operations to ensure smooth and efficient service, optimizing his workflow, manage inventory effectively, and minimize wastage. Efficient operations can help him to serve customers quickly, especially during peak hours, and maintain consistency in quality. Not just that, he also may try to do his business accounting by himself, so he will not lose track regarding his financial situation.
Thank you, Mr. Afif. How about you, Yumna? Do you have any solution or suggestion for the entrepreneur?
Yes, my suggestion for the risky nasi tomato is that Mr. Ismiza needs to attend entrepreneurship program to increase knowledge about the business work provided by the government, such as the Entrepreneur Development Division and the State PUSMA, as well as in collaboration with government, private and non-governmental organization (NGO) in order to help Miss Ismiza business and avoid any future problem. Next, Per Ismiza should open other restaurant branch not only at the Bukit Kaching food court so that the business can continue with the semester break.
How about you, Miss Alia? Do you have any idea for solution or suggestion for the individual with the payslip?
Yes, in my opinion, the solution and suggestion for Mr. Arifin, he should more consistent in paying their loan, especially their house and car loan, and keep do permanent savings so that he don't have trouble financial in future. This is because if he settle all the loan that he do before, he can use that money to do another thing for their family later. In other words, we definitely don't know what will happen in the future. So I think that's all for my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Afif, Miss Yumna, Mr. Aiman, and Miss Alia for the good solution and suggestion to these three groups. So what I can conclude from this project and interview session to this tonight is financial management provides an improved good management, risk mitigation, increased profitability and security, and informed decision making. It is crucial for the individual and businesses to achieve financial stability, meet objectives, and navigate challenges successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our forum session. Hopefully, the presentation that all of the panel give will be beneficial to everybody. Thank you for your guys' attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.